Most people think that triathlon is just one sport. You swim, you bike, you run, and the fastest person wins. But at the elite professional level, it's actually a multi-billion-dollar battlefield that is split into completely different worlds. Depending on the race circuit, the rules completely change. You can have Olympic drafting packs where milliseconds matter, 140 miles endurance grinds, athlete-owned stadium racing, and even brutal off-road mountain biking. If you've ever been confused trying to follow a professional season, this video is for you. Today, I'm breaking down all 6 elite triathlon circuits, their unique rules, and exactly what makes them different. Let's dive in. First up is the WTCS, or World Triathlon Championship Series. If you want to win an Olympic medal, this is the only path that matters. It was established in 2009 by World Triathlon, formerly known as the International Triathlon Union, to transform the sport from a single-day World Championship into a season-long high-drama Grand Prix series. They race short course distances, primarily the standard Olympic distance, which is a 1500 meter swim, a 40k bike, and a 10k run, alongside ultra-fast sprints, which are 750 meters swim, a 20k bike and a 5k run, and also mixed team relays, which is a really nice feature where 2 females race alongside 2 males. They all take turns and they have a very small triathlon to do per athlete, and combining together their time is what defines the race. So the team that finishes all 4 athletes first wins. The big difference in this circuit though is that it is draft legal. This means the cyclist can ride in packs just like in Tour de France or any cycling race, utilizing each other's slipstream, which means that the race is never won in the bike leg, but it almost always comes down to a blistering foot race on the final stretch of the run, which is also why it's so entertaining. But remember, in this type of racing, it is fundamental to have a fast swim, because you want to get out of the water and be in the leading cycling pack, because otherwise you won't be competitive in the race. On the absolute opposite end of the spectrum is the Ironman Pro Series. This is the definitive kingdom of long distance endurance. This whole sport started in 1978 in Oahu, Hawaii, where a group of military athletes was debating about who was fitter, swimmers, cyclists, or runners. Commander John Collins then said, "Whoever finishes this first, we'll call him the Ironman." He was obviously talking about a crazy endurance challenge consisting of a 3.8 kilometer swim, an 180k ride through the hot Hawaiian highways, and a full marathon all at the same time. It then became a global phenomenon in 1982 when Julie Moss crawled to the finish line on national television. At that time, people really understood what it took to finish an Ironman. The race format of the Ironman Pro Series consists of full Ironmans, 140.6 mile race, or half Ironmans, known as the 70.3. The big difference here is that it is strictly non-drafting. To ensure the fair play, athletes must stay a massive 20 meters apart on the bike leg. So it is a pure and lonely test of individual power on aerodynamic triathlon bikes. Also, very important thing, in the Ironman Pro Series, every second counts. This is a policy that was introduced by Ironman in 2024 that basically revolutionized the point system, making it performance-based. So instead of obtaining a score based on your final position, it is based on time. Every second that you finish behind the race winner, you lose a point. So this forces athletes to sprint to the very end, even if they're like in 10th position or 20th position, because they still can compete for a good amount of points in the Ironman Pro Series rankings. Next is the T100 Triathlon World Tour, the Formula One of triathlon. And this is a radical modern rebellion. Tired of having no say in their sport, elite athletes form the Professional Triathletes Organization, known as the PTO. They partner with billionaire venture capitalist Michael Moritz, who is an early investor in Google and YouTube, to co-own their circuit. Yes, the athletes literally own a share of the tour. The race format consists in a standardized 100 kilometer distance, a 2k swim, an 80k ride, and an 18 kilometer run. And you're gonna wonder, why exactly 100 kilometers? Well, because it perfectly fits into a 3-hour television broadcast window, so it can get them more media attention. As in Ironman, they enforce non-drafting 20-meter rule, but to ensure no cheating at all, T100 utilizes this technology called Race Ranger, which are electronic sensors on the bikes that give live drafting data to officials and viewers in real time. So one thing to mention is that T100 Tour is definitely the one that involves the most money out of all circuits, way more than Ironman and any other, but also T100 basically ensures the most services out of all circuits. It's insane how many services are provided to athletes with aid stations and all for mechanical issues. If T100 is Formula 1, then the Supertri League is a real-life video game. This is ultra-short, stadium-style racing that is designed to be relentless. Supertri is a closed league with franchise teams like the Brownlee Racing or Podium Racing, and they compete in proprietary formats like the Triple Mix, where the order of the events changes, like you start with a run and end with a swim, and Endure, where the last athletes get eliminated live during the race. Supertri also features crazy mechanical tactics that you won't see anywhere else, like the short shoot, which is a literal physical shortcut on the run course that teams can earn during swim or bike transition and strategically end out to their athletes, or the 90-second rule. So because the city street courses are so tight and fast, if you fall 90 seconds behind the race leader, you get automatically disqualified. Our fifth circuit is Challenge Family, which operates middle and long distance races globally. Think of them as the athlete-centric alternative to the Ironman corporate giant. It all began in Roth, Germany, where in 2002, the iconic Roth event split from the Ironman brand to remain independent and focused on the local community. Today, Challenge Roth is the biggest long distance triathlon in the world, mostly known for Solar Hill, where 250,000 spectators pack the climb like it's the Tour de France, and honestly it's really impressive. The Challenge Family is actually a massive trendsetter for what regards sports integrity. They were actually the first ones to implement the 20 meters non-drafting rule back in 2014, way before the PTO or the Ironman brand adopted it, to ensure the fairest racing. So we can literally say that the Challenge Family is the community pioneer of all triathlon circuits. Finally, we have the wildcard, the Xterra World Tour. This is the off-road frontier of triathlon. The race format consists of open water swimmings, but the paved roads and carbon aerobikes are replaced by brutal mountain bike single tracks and rugged trail running. The big difference here is that the rules are all about survival. The aero bars are banned for safety, and all tires must be at least 1.5 inches wide. But most importantly, all athletes must be self-sufficient, which means that if your chain breaks or you get a flat tire deep in the mountains, you must fix it with whatever tools you've brought, otherwise your race is over. So I would say that the Xterra circuit is definitely for those out there who are more about survival and less about performance and numbers. So as you can see, elite triathlon is no longer a monolith, but it is a vibrant ecosystem where athletes have to specialize. If you like pure explosive short court tactics, then you have to watch WTCS or Supertri League. If you want solo time trial power or raw endurance, watch the Ironman Pro Series, T100 or the Challenge Family. And last but not least, if you like athletes fighting through mud and mountains, Xterra is your go-to. Let me know down below in the comments which of these circuits is your favorite to watch, or better yet, which one would you actually want to try. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe down below for more triathlon breakdowns. I hope this video was useful for you, and guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.